Hi folks, in this lab activity, ideally you would be performing these 4 different chemical reactions so that you could use all of your senses, sight, smell, touch, sound, and taste, except that we don't use taste in chemistry because it's not safe to taste chemicals that we don't know what they are. But those other 4 senses we can use to make observations. Since this is an online class, I will be performing these labs, these reactions, and you will watch videos of me demonstrating them. So really the things that you will be able to use are your sight and your sound senses in order to make observations. So, and practicing writing descriptive observations. So I like to say that when you watch me perform the reaction, what you're observing is how you would describe what's happening to someone who's blind and can't see. So describe it in enough detail that they can understand what's happening. Each of these has different questions that I'll ask you to do. Sometimes it's writing out balanced equations so that you're practicing that skill. But then for each one, I'm also going to ask you to draw some conclusions. And the conclusions should be in this CER format. And I just want to explain what that CER format is. So we call that claim, evidence, and reasoning. And I'll put up this slide here, okay? So for each of these 4 reactions, you're going to need to draw some conclusions, and you're going to use this CER format. So this is a way of answering questions in a very logical and thorough manner so that you fully answer the question. So for example, if you ask me, do you have COVID? Let's say I wake up and I've got cold symptoms and I'm like, oh no, do I have COVID? So I take a COVID test and the test is negative, okay? The question, do I have COVID, would be fully answered by me saying, no, I do not have COVID. That's my claim, which is just straight up the answer to the question, but is a full sentence, so not just no, but no, I do not have COVID. The evidence that I don't have COVID is that I took the nasal swab test and there was only one line. One line means it's a negative test result. So that is my evidence. I'm clearly stating the results of the tests that I did that give evidence to my saying, no, I don't have COVID. And then the reasoning behind that is explaining why that negative test result means I don't have COVID. So on a scientific level, what's going on, that negative test means that I don't have any virus particles in my nose. The COVID test detects virus particles. If I have a negative result, it means there's no detectable COVID virus particles in my nose. So it's probably another virus that's causing my cold symptoms. And that is supported by the fact that there are many, many viruses that cause cold-like symptoms. So that is a thorough response to this question, do I have COVID, where you're providing your evidence and you're providing your reasoning. So the claim is just a sentence that answers the question, just simply, no explanation, no reasoning, just the answer to the question. The evidence portion is citing your observations or your test results in a very factual way, like what were the test results. And then the reasoning is where you're maybe bringing in some scientific explanation, maybe some definitions of terms or some concepts, the scientific concepts sort of behind what those test results mean. Okay, so practice that in your conclusions in this lab because we'll use it in future labs as well.